Every December we see a new wave of cozy Christmas movies. We also get something completely different, known as Christmas horror. But here's the real question: do these scary, violent, or creepy films actually count as Christmas movies? Hello everyone and welcome back to AustinPlus commentary, and welcome back to our Christmas content, where today we are asking ourselves, are Christmas horrors still Christmas movies? I can tell you now, I don't. I think it's wrong. I think Christmas is the time full of wonder and cheer, but this is just wrong, and I'm going to explain why. Now, like we have in a couple of other videos, we've discussed what defines Christmas movies, and I'll quickly glaze over like that understanding, just so we can get a foundation of why I don't think Christmas horrors are actually Christmas movies. A Christmas movie is typically defined by its focus on holiday themes, its setting during the Christmas season, and its use of Christmas as a key narrative element, often highlighting the ideas like family, generosity, redemption, and tradition. While many people associate the genre with cheerful tones, Christmas stories can also explore loneliness, stress, commercial pressure, or emotional weight that the holiday places on people, with a happy ending, may I add. By understanding how broad the genre can be, it becomes clear why films take a darker, more unconventional approach. However, horror is where I draw the line. It can still fit within the holiday framework because Christmas serves as both backdrop and it does drive the narrative. However, an actual Christmas film? Have to disagree. Now, is Christmas horror its own genre? That's another thing that I think is a bit blurry, because Christmas horror might be its own genre. It's just not, I wouldn't say it's completely Christmas oriented or a must-watch Christmas movie. Christmas horror emerged as a distinct genre in the 1970s and 80s with early slashers like Black Christmas, which was revolutionary for the time by subverting a holiday traditionally associated with warmth and innocence. But these films tapped into an appeal of taking something wholesome and turning it on its head, offering a countercultural alternative for our audiences tired of predictable, sentimental holiday stories. Yes, that is a good point, but I disagree. I like rewatching Christmas films, but then again, that is just me. Over time, demand grew for these Christmas films that felt unique, daring, or rebellious, especially as viewers wanted a bit of a difference between formal family movies. Christmas horror blends festive imagery with tension and atmospheric dread, creating a striking contrast that helped the genre establish its own dedicated audience. I would argue now there's a bigger audience to watch these kind of things, and I can understand why, because I like horror films, but I don't like them in Christmas format. But I also know some people don't like the light-hearted stuff, so they would like to appeal to a new type of audience, which Christmas movies are quite good at doing. If you like horror and you like Christmas, this is for you. But if you like horror but don't like ruining Christmas, don't watch them. But a lot of people still count Christmas horrors as Christmas movies. But why? Christmas horror qualifies as Christmas because it uses the holiday not just as a setting, but as a fundamental building block of the story, often exploring Christmas themes through darker and symbolic lenses. Many of these films incorporate morality, redemption, family conflict, or emotional pressure, the same themes that traditional Christmas movies use, but just frame them through fear and rather than comfort. They also reflect that the real anxieties that people go through feeling during these holidays, from family tension to societal expectations, making the genre surprisingly relevant. Christmas is essential for their plots because you have films like Krampus, which focuses on the lost holiday spirit and the disorderly of the family. Gremlins combines festive chaos and with it lessons and responsibilities, but Black Christmas turns holiday innocence into heightened suspense, which also shows that these movies just simply wouldn't work without the Christmas driving their narrative. Those are the three I would say I think are good, because Krampus leads more into the Christmas lore of it. Gremlins, I'm a bit iffy on that one. Black Christmas, however, I think is a good aspect of it. And I'm going to share my side of things, because I've just said that I don't think they count as Christmas movies, but I have a reason why. Christmas horror films remain very divided from every other ones, because many viewers, including me, feel that they clash with the traditional mood and values that are associated with this holiday season. Critics argue that they are too violent, disturbing, or bleak to fit the tone of Christmas, or that they use holiday imagery or more than an aesthetic accessory, rather than the genuine core as well. For some fans, the absence of joy, hope, and heartfelt messages disqualifies them from being considered true Christmas films. That is my main issue with it. As a result, Christmas horror sits at the center of an ongoing debate, beloved by those who enjoy the contrast and rejected by those who feel it strays too far from the expected spirit of the season. I'm not saying I don't like horror films. I love horror films. If you watch my Halloween videos, it was just covering like horror films that had happened, like franchises, and the same what I'm doing with the 12 Days of Christmas. But I like horror films as much as the next bloke, and I love Christmas films, but there's no parallel in between, because Christmas films to me are heartfelt, funny, some romance in between depending on your preference. Not major for me, but hey. But Christmas horror is where I sort of have to draw the line for me. So overall, are they Christmas movies or not? In the end, unfortunately, Christmas horror films do classify as Christmas films. If you actually go on an like a Christmas bundle on your TV or whatever, you will often see horror-oriented Christmas films. It wouldn't make sense to take them outside of the season. They also qualify when they meaningfully engage with the Christmas ideas, even through darker or unconventional interpretations. Movies that simply use Christmas as a background decoration fall into a grey area, and the films that could take place at any other time of the year without changing the story generally don't fit with the label either. Ultimately, Christmas horrors are just a legitimate subgenre of Christmas cinema, different in tone, more intense, but undeniably tied into the holiday theme, unfortunately. So are Christmas horrors still Christmas movies? Let me know in the comments below. Whether you love chaos of Krampus or the classic terror of Black Christmas, these films show that Christmas stories can be more than just cozy and cheerful. They might be scary, twisted or wild, but they're undeniably part of the holiday landscape. But without further ado, everyone, that is the end of today's video. I do hope you all enjoyed it, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe and comment what else you would like to see on this channel. But without further ado, hope you have an amazing Christmas season, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye! Yeah!